All right, so we're here at Comic-Con NYC. Nathan again. CADMA probably dropped it off on me again. But I'm here with Kfir, right?
Kfir Mendel, yep. Cave Geek.
And you have some really nice maps right here, my friend.
Thank you very much.
So could you tell me a bit more about what exactly these are?
The work I do is unique. I come from a background of teaching primitive survival skills, stuff like that. So I kind of joke and say that I used to be a caveman for a living. And I started doing art one day. The art itself is actually done entirely by hand on traditional buckskin. It's basically the original leather. It's been done the same way by hand for tens of thousands of years. Neanderthals are walking around dressed in it. I just do art on it. I use pyrography, which is basically using heat like wood burning, to draw and sculpt the skin at the same time and make it into a three-dimensional sort of relief image. And then I paint on top of that using natural pigments and bone tools.
Really nice, really nice. And I bet that takes a lot of time, right?
It does. It's very time-consuming. Even the smallest pieces take roughly, 10 hours to do, like some of these smaller ones, 10, 15 hours to do. Some of the biggest ones are 100, 200, 300 hours to do.
I mean, for me, that's impressive. Like, even just seeing all these mountain ranges that you put in there.
It's a labor of love. It's a lot of fun to do. Sometimes I complain because, when a piece takes 300 hours, it gets a little, carpal tunnel is a real thing. but it's fun to do. Making something by hand, and when you're done with it, you have something that's it's not just a painting, but to me they're actual maps. I can pick it up, I can hold it, I can find my way, but in an imaginary world.
This is great. So, any favorite maps that you've done?
I love all of them. Middle Earth is probably my favorite. That's what got me started. I wanted to make myself a map of Middle Earth. But since then, I think Skyrim, that's hanging up there, the Witcher 3 map that I made is probably the biggest project I've done, the most detailed one. Those are my favorites that I love. But there's so many more that I want to do. I've just got a long list of ones that I want to do. I'm too busy with commissions right now to do the ones that I want to do. But that's a good problem to have.
I could totally understand that. Sounds like a great problem to have, though. So, for any people who probably want to find you and maybe give you more commissions, where could we find you?
Cave Geek Art, cavegeekart.com, or Cave Geek Art on pretty much every social media platform, Twitter, YouTube, if you want to see videos of my stuff, Facebook. I also stream on Twitch. I do all my work live on Twitch almost every night. If I'm not traveling to conventions, I'm working on art and I'm streaming. So, Cave Geek Art there as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.